Welcome to today's episode of Testing the Experience. This video is for those of you that are spending the time and money to get traffic to your site, but you're just not seeing the conversion rates come out of it. So I'm here with AJ, the founder and CEO of Experiment Zone. AJ is going to share some test ideas for us. But first, AJ, before we launch into that, can you tell us why we test?
We test because customers aren't always predictable. So testing really tells us what people are really actually doing and what their behaviors are and what they respond to. So what we see is that both big and small things that we think will have an impact can really have a major impact on conversion and ultimately customer behavior. So we have examples of tests that have small incremental lifts to tests that we really didn't expect to have an increase that really massively grew conversion rates.
All right, perfect. So now that we have that, let's jump right into it. What type of products or sites are we looking at today?
Today, we're going to be taking a look at how marketing loss plans are really marketing and talking about their services.
Okay, and then what is like the first thing that these customers and these sites should be thinking about, like kind of the first test ideas?
Yeah, a lot of people are going to wonder, does this really work? There are a lot of products out there and services that don't work. And so they're going to be looking for social proof, information about the efficacy or the effectiveness of the product and service itself. So we're going to take a look first at WeightWatchers.com. Take a look at their homepage as that first impression. They're really emphasizing here, you get to try it out, really prove out that it's working or not before you jump and commit to a longer term relationship with them. And then they also are using imagery and very simple data points here on the right side to highlight this is the loss that real people have had from using this. They also have a nice call to action here of take a personal assessment before even joining now. So you can get more information about whether it's going to work for you.
All right, great. And then let's get another one.
Now with Noom, their homepage is really, really simple. They have one call to action, but it's not a very actionable action. It just says the word continue. That doesn't mean a lot to me as a customer, and I can learn how to eat more mindfully with them, but I'm not sure what that means or how effective it is. So I might be tempted to click on continue because there's nothing else to do here. So if we do that, I'm hoping that we'll start seeing some social proof. Okay, now I'm in a kind of personal assessment, data collection. It's simple, it's straightforward. You'll probably see a lot of people clicking on that button because there's not a lot of other options, but they would really benefit from doing more A/B testing on that homepage to talk about outcomes. What are you going to get from this? Why are you going to do this? What have the outcomes been for other people?
Okay, got it. So the first one is efficacy. What's another thing that these sites should think about as they talk to their customers and build their sites for their customers?
Yeah, I think a lot of the times people want to get into the details about, what's included, how does this work, how is it different than other plans? So if we go to jennycraig.com, they've got this page to shop different plans. They're reinforcing that loss messaging at the top, and you do have to work to scroll down and see the plan details, but it is above the fold, so that's a good start. They simply lay it out in a table. You can quickly see the price. They do talk about sort of simple, essential, and rapid results. So you get a sense that like moving from the left to the right side, you get a bigger impact or more things from it. And then visually, they're using a bulleted list to highlight the different things that you're going to get from it. So visually, it appears that you're getting more as you move across the table as well. So these are pretty good ways to simplify how you're presenting what's included, what's not included. They also have these icons down below that illustrate maybe a broader value proposition of what you get. You get food, or you get things that involve a person like a coach. They do have some calls to action here, but as you can see on the screen, they are below the fold as you're looking through those other items. So if I were Jenny Craig, I would be looking at ways to increase the visibility of the order now as you're reviewing and scanning this list.
All right, and let's compare it to another plans page.
And WeightWatchers, they're still enforcing that first message about free, which we find is very effective in testing. So, I suspect that they're leaning into that pretty heavily here. As you start going down here, there's one for everyone. This is much more platform centric. So digital, they're using that phone to convey it, but you really have to stop and read through all this text to understand what the differences are in a more granular level. So I think that they have an opportunity here to bring in other, visual elements, or to have that list that builds and shows, okay, I'm getting more, and from left to right, these are adding more features, versus what they're doing now, they're just saying plus digital. And that does require someone to notice that and then go back and read things on the left. So it's just a little bit more friction as you go. So I think some simpler text here, as well as reiterating what's included for each of these categories, would be some opportunities for improvement.
Okay, so we went over the plans, and let's go over one other big idea. What's another thing that these sites should think about?
Yeah, what happens if I need to bail? What are my opt-out options? What happens if I don't like this, or if it's not working for me? So if we go to Nutrisystem.com, we can take a look here to kind of understand what's going to happen if I don't want to do this. So you go through getting your plan set up, the details, who you are, what the delivery is, that it's auto delivered, money back guaranteed next to the continue button. They have the same issue though, where they're using continue. So it's less action oriented. It's less, I think there's an opportunity for them to do some copy testing here to really speak to like what's going to happen next on the next page. But back to the, can I opt out? What if I don't like it? Having these value propositions that you get your money back, it's guaranteed, that you're going to lose weight fast. Having these next to key decision points or calls to action, we've seen that to be really effective when we do testing.
All right. Okay. So those are some 3 big ideas that these sites should think about, or any site that is offering a weight loss or a diet program. But there's so many more things that these sites can do, right, AJ?
Always. I think one of the things brands need to think about is how to get more revenue from their site. In order to really know that you're moving in the right direction for that goal, is to build an experimentation mindset and test anything that could impact conversion. And in our years doing this, we've seen both big and small things can impact conversion, and testing is really the only way that we know which way we've moved the needle. So what we do is we help customers make experimentation the driving force for their companies, so that our customers are getting 10x or greater ROI from working with us, and are moving confidently in the direction that their customers need.
Yeah, it's always beneficial to help our customers get that huge lift in ROI. Well, thank you, AJ. If you or your company is looking to increase your site's revenue, you can get a free conversion report card from us for nothing. It's very easy to get it. And the link will be in the comments down below. And of course, please subscribe to get all of our upcoming videos, and visit us at experimentzone.com.